Unusual Awakening by S.M. Knowles. Chapter 1. Exquisite shades of gold and orange adorn the tables and counters in the kitchen. Quaint little leaves outline the overlooks on top of the cabinets with a pattern of little twigs branching out. A large cornucopia is bursting out on the dinner table with spurts of fresh, bright vegetables and mouth-watering fruits. October has finally arrived. My mother's seasonal decorating skills never fail. Beautifully done, Lauren. Dad swings my mom around, holding her in a tight grip as he bends her back and gives her a big kiss. Leisurely, he walks out of the kitchen and into the living room, quickly flipping on the television. "We're up by 7!" Daddy radically belts out. I step back and watch him punch into the air after his comment. He makes me smile with his spontaneous remarks. My heart aches because my father leaves for Afghanistan tomorrow. Due to the departure, my mom wants to host a cozy dinner with some of our dearest friends, the Parkers. They want to spend some time with our family before my dad ships out in the morning. The Parkers are a busy family, so we do not get to spend time together with them very often. When we do, we cherish it. It doesn't hurt that their son is my age, 13. Most girls in my class find him irresistible. Brock Parker and I have known each other since before kindergarten and have been friends for as long as I can remember. Brock's parents both work in the medical field. His father, Jeremy, works as a surgeon at Sacred Heart Hospital. Brock's mom, Patricia, also works at the hospital as an anesthesiologist. His parents met while working together in the operating room. Brock gets his playfulness from his dad, who always tries to lighten the mood. At school, Brock appears notorious for acting like the class clown. When circumstances are a little too serious, the class can always count on Brock to help make the situation a little lighter. The intoxicating smell of pot roast hits the air when Mom opens the crock pot to give the potatoes and carrots a quick stir. Standing there with drool forming in my mouth, I give my mom my best doe eyes, hoping she'll hand me the spoon so that I can help stir her magical creation. Instead, she looks down at me and pats my head. My belly grumbles and tosses itself sporadically, letting me know I must eat. However, that won't happen until the Parkers arrive. "Rylee, grab those plates off the counter and set the table, please." As I shuffle across the tile to do as my mother asks, I trip and catch myself just before ending up in a tangle heap on the floor. "Rylee, if you break those plates, you'll create a huge mess." Forcing a sweet smile, I try to cover up for my clumsy move, attempting to make it look like a graceful dance. Managing to scoop up the plates, I carefully set them on the table without any major debacles. I take a moment to admire the beautiful designs that embellish our table this time of year. Running my fingers over the leafy patterns edging the plate, I notice the details as each leaf appears to pop off the glossy porcelain. Their beautiful gold and orange colors complement the kitchen decorations perfectly. Just then, my dad strolls into the kitchen, whistling. He saunters over to Mom and lands another full kiss right on my mother's lips. She shoots him a crooked smile as he scoops up the crystal glasses and sets the table. "Dad, that was my job." He ignores me but tousles the hair on top of my head. "These are for you." He hands me the silverware, winking as he walks away. I amble back to the table to set the silverware and finish the last-minute touches. Leaf print napkins folded into little triangles placed halfway under the plate bring the seasonal look together. Every holiday I'm becoming more and more like my mother, with my talent for decorating. Mom walks over to the table to inspect my work, giving me a big hug and a gentle kiss on my forehead. She says, "Looks great, Rylee. Thank you for your help." The ultimate compliment from the queen of decorating herself. "Now, would you be a dear and please go get your sister and get washed up? The Parkers will be here shortly." Ava and Zoe, my identical twin sisters, are 5 years younger than me. Both girls inherited my mother's chestnut brown hair and Dad's green eyes. Although they annoy me most of the time, I still love them. I race up the stairs 2 at a time, but because my gawky legs always end up in my way, I use my hands like a human monkey. Just as I reach the top of the stairs, both Ava and Zoe peer out from their bedroom. "You sound like a bunch of dogs fighting when you climb up the stairs," says Zoe. "It's time to get cleaned up. Mom said so." "Okay," they simultaneously say, bolting for the bathroom. Walking into my room, I throw myself onto my bed. My small room contains 2 windows that create a wind tunnel effect on breezy days. When I was younger, I would stand between the windows with a cape around my neck and pretend to fly. Excitement consumed me when my dad would come in and play airplane with me. My dad would be on his back on the floor and lift me up with his legs as I balanced with my belly resting on the soles of his feet. While most kids remained attached to a favorite blanket or a stuffed animal, I found comfort in my trusty cape. At night, my dad used to tell me different stories, and I would enter the land of dreams with my beloved possession held tightly in my grasp. Ding dong! The doorbell snaps me out of my daydream. Realizing that I still need to get washed up for dinner, I rush into the bedroom, squirt some fancy lavender-smelling soap onto my hands, and sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. My mom had taught me that if I want to get my hands really clean, I need to sing the entire song, and I still follow her advice. I quickly rinse off the soap and dry my hands in record speed. As I skip down the stairs, my stomach flip-flops when I see the top of Brock's sandy brown hair. Most girls would love to catch a handsome football player like Brock, but not me. Anything is better than sitting around all day dreaming about boys. Ugh. Brock turns and catches my gaze as I hurry past him into the kitchen. My face heats up and my stomach flutters. Overwhelming relief floods me when I remember that he cannot hear my thoughts. Sheesh, what is wrong with me? Maybe I'm coming down with the flu. "Hey, Mom, is there anything you need me to do?" Mom tries patting me on the head again, but I duck and move out of the way. She smiles and laughs a bit as I fumble over my legs. "Honey, could you get your dad and sisters?" I run into the family room and quickly jump into Dad's lap, giving him a long hug. "Mom said dinner's almost ready. Do you know where Ava and Zoe are?" Out the side of my eye, I catch Brock staring at me. I move my head away so he is no longer in my view. While waiting for an answer, I quickly learn that Dad is too busy watching the game to pay attention to me. "Earth to Dad!" I wiggle and flail my arms around him to get his attention. Quickly, he glances at me. "Oh, Ava? Zoe? I think they went out back." Dad's eyes shift back to the TV and he loses himself in the game once again. "Come on, ref! Bad call!" I stand and tangle my hands in my dad's mop-like hair and vigorously toss it. "Mom said it's almost time for dinner. Better get going." Before I can comprehend the peculiar jabs poking my sides, I let out a cry of laughter as Dad's fingers continue poking me. When I try to push his hands away, he pins my arms behind me and tickles me more until I collapse in a loud, belly-aching giggle. He quickly stands, bending over, continuing the tickle. I shriek, requesting the torture to end. "Go get your sisters." Dad laughs. Begrudgingly, my dad shuts off the game. Dad and Mr. Parker make their way into the kitchen. As I turn to follow, I hear the back door slam shut and 2 noisy girls run into the kitchen. "You're it." "No, you're it." "No, I got you last. I touched base. I can't be it." "It doesn't matter, Zoe. I am older by 2 minutes. That's why you're it." Brock chimes in. "I'm it, and once dinner's over, I will get you both." "Girls, go wash your hands," sings Mom in her loving melody, giving both of them a quick kiss on the cheek. The girls laugh, running out of the kitchen into the bathroom. Everyone meets in the dining room and snatches their spots at the table. Naturally, the couple sit together. My sisters pair up, and I'm left with Brock. Once all the dinner guests sit in their chairs, the dishes flow from one person to the next. Before I know it, my plate sits piled high, and the glorious smells drive my taste buds insane. I immediately dig in, forgetting all manners. "So, Denver, you ready for your big trip tomorrow?" Mom's happy facial expression disappears. "As ready as I'll ever be. A little nervous, maybe. Dad still smiles ear to ear, obviously proud of his departure. Well, we want you to know, Lauren, that if you and the girls ever need anything, we will always be here for you. Mr. Parker looks at my mother. I mean it. If you ever need help with anything, or just a sympathetic adult ear to vent to, don't hesitate to give us a ring. Mom lifts her napkin to cover the small tear falling from her eye. Thank you, but I really feel the girls and I will be able to handle this. Rylee plans to help out a lot. I think we just need to get into a skillful rhythm. As the meal continues, in a comfortable silence, I focus on the full plate in front of me. I savor every bite. Although we have a grand kitchen, Mom doesn't cook often. It cascades into a gorgeous gourmet kitchen with double ovens and a monstrous island in the center of the space. The upper cabinets feature stunning glass fronts that make them look high-end. It's funny that we own a big, beautiful kitchen for a family who rarely eats home-cooked meals, let alone gourmet meals. I'm not about to let this delicious dinner go to waste. I feel eyes looking at me and turn to see Brock staring. Do I have food on my face? Oh, no. Are you ready for school to start? His face reaches a mild shade of pink. Not really. I shove another forkful of food in my mouth so that I can avoid speaking to Brock more. When the meal ends and the table clears, our guests gather in the family room. The Parkers carry on a jovial conversation with Mom and Dad as I sit on the floor, lost in my own thoughts about my dad, wishing he wasn't leaving tomorrow. Just 6 months ago, Dad broke the news that the military unit would activate him. Dad had said, most of the time, units were only gone for a year and a half. Maybe less, but count on a year and a half. What am I going to do without my dad for that long? My dad is my best friend, and I don't want him leaving. The idea that my dad will be gone tomorrow feels like a nightmare. Sitting and thinking about the inevitable makes my heart feel heavy. I hold back tears that swell just beneath the surface of my eyes. Rylee, why so quiet? I look into my dad's questioning green eyes. Saying anything might cause my inner dam to burst, admitting to the turmoil of emotions I feel. That's not going to happen. Instead, I shrug my shoulders and give a simple response. Nothing to say, I guess. Daddy, please don't go. Life won't be the same without you. My stomach churns as I think about my inescapable circumstance. My dad is leaving us. I need to be alone to think. Oh, I'm really tired. I'm going to head on up to bed now. We both stand up and Dad embraces me with a bear hug. I'll be up there in a bit. Don't fall asleep until I'm there. He tries to console me by sticking out his pinky. I latch on despite my embarrassment. Pinky promise. I wave goodbye to the Parkers, and as soon as I clear the room, the dam breaks. Hot, heavy tears march down my face as I trudge to my bedroom. The moment I step into my room and close the door, I collapse on my bed as violent sobs rack my body. Why me? Why can't this be someone else's dad? Rolling onto my side, I gaze out the window closest to my bed. I lay in silence until I hear a light knock on my door. Knowing it's my father, I turn and sit up. Dad walks in and scoots me up into his arms and holds me close to his chest as he sits down onto my bed. I bury my head into his shoulder. The tears flow again. My dad whispers in my ear, Ladybug, you know I'm going to miss you a whole heck of a lot. But I'll come back. You understand, right? What if you don't? I sniff. He continues to hold me tight, and I continue to sob. I will never let go. Rylee. He strokes my hair. I need to do this. You're my first in command. You're going to help Mom, and she will need you. He pulls back and lifts my chin so that our eyes meet. He softly pleads, Stop crying. I need you more than you can imagine right now. Your sisters need you too. Understand? I nod my head. Yes. No, of course I don't understand. How can my dad just up and leave his family? How can my mentor, The person I count on the most just take off for a year and a half to go halfway around the world to help a bunch of strangers when his family needs him right here. My stomach feels as though I gorged on greasy food and rode the craziest roller coaster I could find. My dad hugs me tighter and sets me on the edge of the bed before standing to leave. See you in the morning. I love you. I watch him walk out the door. I love you more, I whisper.